Boredom. We all experience it, that restless, unsatisfied feeling where time seems to drag on endlessly. But have you ever stopped to wonder why boredom exists? Is it just a glitch in our brains, or does it serve a deeper purpose? Today we're diving into the surprising science of boredom, why we get bored, how it affects our brains, and whether it's actually good for us. Boredom isn't just an inconvenience, it's a powerful psychological state that influences creativity, motivation, and even mental health. Research shows that too much boredom can lead to stress and risky behavior, but the right kind of boredom can spark innovation and deep thinking. From ancient philosophers to modern neuroscience, boredom has played a key role in shaping human history. So, what exactly happens in our brains when we're bored? Boredom is often described as a state of mental restlessness. You're not engaged with what's happening around you, but you're also not relaxed. Psychologists define boredom as a mismatch between our desire for stimulation and our environment. Neuroscientists have found that boredom is linked to activity in the default mode network, the brain system that becomes active when we're not focused on anything specific. This network is responsible for daydreaming, self-reflection, and creativity. Boredom can be broken down into different types. 1. Indifferent boredom. A calm, detached state where we feel relaxed but uninterested. 2. Calibrating boredom. The feeling of wanting to do something but not knowing what. 3. Searching boredom. Restlessness that pushes us to find new activities. 4. Reactant boredom. The most frustrating type, leading to irritation and a strong desire to change the situation. 5. Apathetic boredom. A state linked to depression where nothing seems interesting or rewarding. But is boredom just a flaw in our psychology, or does it serve a hidden evolutionary purpose? Boredom is not just an annoying feeling, it has been a key driver of human progress throughout history. It might seem like a flaw in our psychology, but in reality, boredom is an evolutionary tool that has shaped our survival, intelligence, and creativity. Imagine early humans living in small tribes. Once basic needs like food and shelter were met, what would stop them from just sitting around all day? Boredom. That nagging feeling of restlessness pushed them to explore new environments, invent tools, develop languages, and create art. Without boredom, human curiosity might never have flourished. But this isn't just about humans. Scientists have observed boredom-driven behavior in animals too. Chimpanzees, for example, get bored when they aren't mentally stimulated. When placed in environments lacking challenges, they start experimenting with tools, playing with objects in unusual ways, and even inventing new behaviors. Crows, known for their intelligence, show similar tendencies. When deprived of engaging activities, they come up with creative ways to manipulate objects or solve puzzles. This suggests that boredom is a biological signal designed to push intelligent creatures toward learning, growth, and problem-solving. When we experience boredom, our brain is essentially telling us, "Hey, this isn't productive, find something better to do." It's a built-in motivation system that prevents us from stagnating. However, in modern society, boredom plays out differently. Unlike early humans or animals, we no longer need to explore or solve survival problems. We have instant entertainment at our fingertips. Instead of using boredom as a launchpad for creativity, we often escape it immediately through social media, television, or video games. But could this habit be limiting our potential? What if boredom is still trying to push us toward something bigger? Have you ever noticed that your most creative ideas often come when you're doing nothing? Maybe in the shower, on a long walk, or during a boring lecture? This isn't a coincidence. Boredom fuels creativity. When our brains aren't occupied with immediate tasks, something remarkable happens. We enter a state of mind wandering. Instead of focusing on external stimuli, our thoughts start to drift, connecting ideas in unexpected ways. This process is called the default mode network, a brain function responsible for imagination, problem-solving, and even self-reflection. Consider some of the greatest minds in history. Albert Einstein often talked about how his best ideas came when he was daydreaming. In fact, his theory of relativity was partly inspired by idle thoughts about what it would be like to ride a beam of light. Similarly, Isaac Newton formulated his theory of gravity while idly watching an apple fall from a tree. These weren't moments of deep concentration, they were moments of boredom. But here's the catch. Modern distractions are stealing this creative space from us. Instead of letting our minds wander, we fill every empty moment with entertainment, scrolling through social media, watching videos, or playing games. While these activities keep us engaged, they also prevent us from entering the mental state where creative breakthroughs happen. Experiments have shown that people who are made to sit through boring tasks like reading phone books or watching slow-moving screensavers perform better on creative problem-solving tests afterward. Why? Because boredom forces the brain to seek stimulation, and when external stimulation isn't available, it turns inward, leading to fresh ideas and unexpected insights. So the next time you feel bored, resist the urge to escape it immediately. Instead, embrace it. Let your mind drift and you might just stumble upon your next great idea. In a world where every moment can be filled with instant entertainment, boredom is becoming increasingly rare. But as we lose those quiet moments, are we also losing something valuable? Could boredom, something we try so hard to avoid, actually be a superpower for the future? Think about how much the world has changed in just a few decades. In the past, boredom was a natural part of daily life. People had to wait in lines without smartphones, take long walks without podcasts, and even sit through dull conversations without distractions. But today, technology has eliminated boredom almost entirely. At the tap of a screen, we can scroll endlessly, binge-watch entire seasons, or dive into an immersive digital world. We have become addicted to stimulation. At first, this might seem like a good thing. Who wants to be bored? But researchers are beginning to see the downsides of living in a world where boredom is constantly avoided. 1. Decreased creativity. As we explored in the last chapter, boredom plays a crucial role in creative thinking. If we never allow ourselves to be bored, we also never allow our minds to wander, limiting our ability to come up with new ideas. 2. Shortened attention spans. The constant stream of digital content has made it harder for people to focus on deep, meaningful work. Studies show that people now have a shorter attention span than a goldfish, not because our brains have changed, but because we've conditioned ourselves to switch tasks constantly. 3. Increased anxiety and restlessness. Ironically, the very thing that was meant to keep us entertained is making us more anxious. The need for constant engagement creates a cycle where we feel uneasy in silence or stillness. Many people now feel uncomfortable being alone with their thoughts for even a few minutes. If boredom is disappearing, how can we bring it back in a way that benefits us? Instead of treating it as something to be avoided, we can reframe it as a tool, a way to unlock our best thinking, creativity, and well-being. Here's how. Schedule unplugged time. Try setting aside parts of your day where you intentionally disconnect. No phone, no TV, no distractions, just time to sit, walk, or think. Even 5 minutes a day can have noticeable effects. Embrace deep boredom. Shallow boredom, like waiting in line, often leads us to grab our phones. But deep boredom, long stretches of unstructured time, can lead to breakthrough ideas. Give yourself permission to just sit and let your mind wander. Turn mundane tasks into creative opportunities. Chores like washing dishes or commuting can become moments of deep thought if we resist the urge to distract ourselves. Some of the best ideas in history started this way. As artificial intelligence and virtual reality continue to advance, our ability to escape boredom will only increase. Future generations might grow up in a world where every second can be filled with entertainment, information, or social interactions. But if we don't learn to control this, we may lose one of the most important mental spaces we have, the space where reflection, creativity, and problem-solving happen. So maybe the future won't be about eliminating boredom altogether, but about learning to harness it. Imagine a world where people use boredom as a way to generate ideas, reset their minds, and even improve their mental health. Instead of seeing it as a problem, they see it as an opportunity. And perhaps in the end, boredom isn't something we need to fear. It's something we need to protect. Boredom isn't a flaw, it's a feature. It's a powerful tool that has shaped our history, sparked our greatest ideas, and can still drive our creativity today. The next time you feel bored, don't fight it, embrace it. Who knows? Your best idea might be waiting just beyond the boredom.